Hello everyone, my name is Saurabh Tripathi and welcome to the Current Affairs Intercepted YouTube channel. Today is April 28 and we are going to learn important current affairs. So let's start. Recently, who has partnered with Airtel Payment Bank to launch a UPI switch? MobiKwik, Razorpay, CC Avenue or BillDesk? It is Razorpay. UPI switch, you should be knowing that it acts as routing and processing of UPI transaction, means it facilitates transaction between bank and PSPs. PSPs means payment service provider. So in simple terms, suppose this is your bank, any bank, public sector bank or private sector bank, and this is your PSP, which is payment service provider. It can be like PhonePe, JustPay, PayPal, these kind of payment service providers. And UPI switch acts here like this. PayPal doesn't use UPI, I think, so just have an idea about it. And this is your UPI switch, and this is your bank, and this is your payment service provider. So UPI switch facilitates lag-free payment, secure payment, and higher rate of success. And UPI switch acts as medium here. It facilitates better rate of transaction, better rate of success of transaction in a safe and secure manner. So Airtel Payment Bank and Razorpay together have joined hand launch a UPI switch. UPI switch, it ensures a smooth flow of data between bank and payment service provider. So that's how it works. Suppose if you have some business, so Razorpay, you can use it to integrate its payment services to accept payment from customers and process it. So Razorpay provides payment solutions to customers, to businesses, so that they can accept payments. They can in a safe manner, secure manner, they can record transaction, they can accept transaction. It is a technology company. Airtel Payment Bank, as a company is Bharti Airtel. So it was launched in 2017 and it is India's first payment bank. You should be knowing about the payment banks and normal banks. Payment banks are technology driven. They work on online, differ from normal banks just such as SBI, HDFC, these kinds of bank. And payment banks have a big difference. First of all, payment banks are mostly technology driven. They work on online basis. They rarely have any physical branches. They do small transactions such as deposit and withdrawal, and deposit limit is around 1 lakh rupees. They don't provide any credit. They don't provide any loan, unlike regular banks who provide loans, credits and various other facilities. So payment banks basically all about financial inclusion. India's first human space flight mission, named as Gaganyaan, will use which software? Saksham, Antariksh, Sakhi or Vyom 2.0? So you have to tell it. Is it Saksham, Antariksh, Sakhi or Vyom 2? And the correct answer is Sakhi. So let's first discuss about what is Gaganyaan. Gaganyaan is India's first manned space flight mission. It will carry 3 astronauts. It will be launched by 2025. It will use GSLV Mark III rocket, and its humanized version is known as humanized version means it will be suitable for carrying human into space. And these 3 astronauts will be taken at height of up to 400 km at space, and it is joint collaboration between DRDO, Defense Research Development Organization, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, and one more, which is ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization. Mission duration will be around 7 days. There will be 3 astronauts, and reportedly these 3 astronauts from Indian Air Force. They are undergoing training. Mission is expected to launch by 2025. So what is Sakhi? Sakhi stands as Space-Borne Assistant and Knowledge Hub Crew Interaction. So Sakhi is Space-Borne Assistant and Knowledge Hub for Crew Interaction. That stands as Sakhi. And it will monitor health of astronauts, facilitate communication, connectivity with each other, and as well as on onboard system. So basically Sakhi software stands as Space-Borne Assistant and Knowledge Hub for Crew Interaction. It will monitor health, provide interactions among crew members as well as from onboard systems, And Gaganyaan mission is expected to launch by 2025. GSLV Mk3 humanized version will be HLMV3, which will launch it. Height will be 400 km, duration will be 7 days, and joint collaboration between DRDO, HAL and ISRO. It is India's first manned space flight. Manned space flight mission means humans will be going this space flight mission, unlike earlier launches where humans were not present, such as Chandrayaan mission. Who has been named as T20 World Cup Ambassador of United States and Caribbean? Is it Tom Cruise, Usain Bolt, Lionel Messi, or Novak Djokovic? It is Usain Bolt. Usain Bolt, as we know, is a sprinter. He was born in 1986, and he's retired now, and he's from Jamaica. He is the greatest and one of the best sprinter in all over the world. He has made records no one has ever broken. He has won impressive 8 gold medals in Olympics. That is a very big achievement. That too, which is gold medal. He is also nicknamed as Lightning Bolt, as well as greatest sprinter of all time. So he is from Jamaica. He is 8 gold Olympic medal winner, also known as Lightning Bolt. T20 World Cup, will be held in US and West Indies jointly. It is first time any international cricket World Cup is being held in United States, and it will start at 1st June till 29th June this year, and it is expected to play at 3 locations or 3 stadiums in United States. So Usain Bolt has been named as T20 World Cup ambassador, and this World Cup will be held at US and West Indies jointly from 1st to 29th June. Who has been appointed as MD at SBI? MD means Managing Director, who is also called Chief of SBI, Managing Director and Chairman of SBI. And is it Ajay Kumar, Dinesh Khara, Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh, or Dinesh Singh? As we know, Dinesh Kumar Singh has been the earlier Chief of SBI, which is MD of SBI, and Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh is new MD and Chief of State Bank of India. SBI, which is State Bank of India, is India's largest bank when it comes to assets, as well as it is 49th largest bank in whole world. It is headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and the new chairman is Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh. You know how SBI was formed? Let's have a quick look. First, Bank of Calcutta was created during British era, and later it became Bank of Bengal. Second, Bank of Bombay was created, and third was Bank of Madras. And later all 3 banks, Bank of Bengal, Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras, were merged and known as Imperial Bank of India in 1921. Later in 1955, it renamed as SBI, which is State Bank of India. So let's have quick summary once again. Earlier, Bank of Calcutta was formed at first. Later it became Bank of Bengal, and Bank of Bombay and Bank of Madras were formed. All 3 were merged in 1921 to form Imperial Bank of India, which is IBI, and in 1955 it became SBI. It is India's largest bank and 49th largest bank in the world by assets, and Rana Ashutosh Kumar Singh is new MD and Chairman of State Bank of India. World Malaria Day is observed on 25th April, 26, 27, 28. Is it observed on 25th April to raise awareness about malaria as a disease? This year theme is accelerating the fight against malaria for more equitable world. So this is the theme of 2024 World Malaria Day. It is all about emphasizing and raising awareness about malaria as a disease, and these are the top 3 countries of malaria having most of the malaria deaths and disease spread. It is Nigeria. Nigeria accounts for most number of malaria disease and deaths as well, followed by Democratic Republic of Congo, and last one is Uganda. These African countries accounts most of the malaria diseases and deaths. One concerning thing is also you should be knowing about that 66% of Southeast Southeast Asia, malaria cases are from India, which is very concerning because India accounts for two-thirds of malaria cases from Southeast Asia combined. So India is no less when it's come to severity as malaria spread in this country. And malaria, you should be knowing that, is spread by Plasmodium virus, Protozoa, and parasitic virus. And this is a very dangerous disease, and World Malaria Day is all about raising this awareness. World Intellectual Property is observed on World Intellectual Property, you can say this day as observed on 23rd April, 24th, 25th, 26th. So is it 26th April? World Intellectual Property is observed on. So what is intellectual property? Also is known as IP. So intellectual property is, rights given to person or organization for creation of their minds. Suppose someone comes with very creative solution, very unique solution. So intellectual property gives IP rights to that person for, it gives recognition that this person has developed this thing, unique thing in a unique manner. So intellectual property works in this way. And World Intellectual Property Day is observed on 26th April to raise awareness about intellectual property. As we know, piracy is all around world. People copy original work and also show them as, their own. So intellectual property addresses this challenge. It pinpoints that this person has developed this, and when someone copies this, there should be differentiated between the original inventor. World Intellectual Property Organization is also called WIPO. It is a UN agency and it is responsible for World Intellectual Property Day awareness as well as 2023. A ranking was published who were the three best countries when it's come to implementation of intellectual property laws. So it were USA at first, UK at second, and France at third. So these were rankings. Means USA was the best when preserving the intellectual property rights, followed by the United Kingdom and France. So WIPO is once again is a global body and it watches over intellectual property rights. And World Intellectual Property Day is celebrated on April 26th every year. International Chernobyl Disaster Remembrance Day is observed on 23rd April, 24th April, 25th, 26th. It is observed on 26th April. What is Chernobyl disaster? Chernobyl is a location in Russia known as Soviet Union. Chernobyl is a location and there was a nuclear power plant. So on that disaster day, reactor number 4 was damaged and it led to lots of radiation emissions all over the place as well as in local town and nearby areas. Lots of people have lost their lives. And this disaster was occurred in 1986, and the International Chernobyl Disaster Day started to gain recognition in 2016 by UN body. It is a day to memory of Chernobyl disaster and raise an awareness about nuclear disaster so that in future we can prevent it. Who has been reappointed as Deputy Governor of Reserve Bank of India? Ravi Shankar, Suresh Mehta, Manoj Saini or Ashutosh Dinkar. It is Ravi Shankar. Ravi Shankar has been appointed as Deputy Governor of RBI. The Governor of RBI is Shaktikant Das. He is 25th Governor of Reserve Bank of India. First Governor of Reserve Bank of India was Sir Osborne Smith. Sir Osborne Smith, and he became the first governor in 1937. RBI came into existence in 1935. In 1949, prior to that, RBI was a private entity. In 1949, RBI was nationalized and it became government. RBI, as you know, India's central bank. Central bank means it is a bank which monitors Indian currency and various activities. 5.3 mini AI model has been released by Google, Apple, Microsoft or International Business Machines, which is also known as IBM. So it is Microsoft. Microsoft is heavily investing in AI. It has partnered with ChatGPT and its parent company, which is OpenAI. It has launched various AI models, and 5.3 series has multiple mini AI models. Mini AI models use SLM. SLM is small language model, means these take less data to train compared to LLMs. LLMs are, large language models such as GPT, Gemini AI, which is of Google. So LLMs are large language models, SLMs are small language models. They are efficient, they can be trained for specific purposes, and Microsoft is developing 5 series of SLMs and 5.3 minis AI model given by Microsoft Corporation. Microsoft Corporation is headquartered in Washington DC, and its CEO is Satya Nadella. Please read this. Please read it at Axis Bank. Axis has overtaken Kotak Mahindra Bank to become which largest bank? First, second, third, or fourth? It is fourth largest bank. So Axis Bank is the largest bank, fourth largest bank now, surpassing the Kotak Mahindra Bank. First is SBI, second is HDFC, and third is ICICI, and fourth is Axis Bank in India. Axis Bank was formed in 1993. It is now third largest private sector bank. It is headquartered in Mumbai, Maharashtra. It is a multinational banking and financial company. Kotak Mahindra Bank is another private bank, and it was formed in 1985. You don't have to remember this year, but just know that Axis has overtaken as Kotak Mahindra Bank to become largest bank. So you can say this Kotak Mahindra Bank now ranks at 5th position. NABARD has partnered with to develop agriculture loans, as is SIDBI, RBIH, ECGC or Exim Bank. So it is RBIIH. RBIIH is Reserve Bank. Innovation Hub, which is known as RBIH. It is a wholly owned subsidiary of Reserve Bank of India. Means it works under the RBI, but it is dedicated to special task or special objective to achieve that. And it is not a separate entity, but it is a wholly owned subsidiary. So RBI Innovation Hub basically focuses on fintech, means financial technology, financial transaction in online banking, and various other technology driven initiatives. So recently NABARD, which is National Bank of Agricultural and Rural Development, which is a regulatory body and All India financing body, it finances the regional rural banks, and it also regulates regional rural banks as well as cooperative banks, has partnered with RBIH, means Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, develop agriculture loans so that needy farmers, needy individuals in rural areas receive the loans for agricultural purposes. And NABARD is one of the regulatory bodies just like RBI, and NABARD basically oversees the rural areas, rural upliftment, and regulates the regional rural banks and cooperative banks. Cooperative banks can be urban cooperative banks, rural cooperative banks. Who has developed lightest bulletproof jacket recently, and it is not so easy. It is developed against one of the hardest level 6 threat, means bulletproof jacket is lightest in weight but deals with one of the severest of threats, and it is developed by HAL, DRDO, BDL or MDL. It is developed by DRDO. DRDO has developed multiple bulletproof jackets, and this is the lightest jacket against the threats. As you know, bulletproof jackets are very heavy to wear, and our armed forces or personals have to wear them throughout the day during duty, and this is very heavy. They have to walk with those heavy bulletproof jackets. I think they weights around in kgs. So DRDO is actively working on this lightest possible bulletproof jackets, so minimize the weight. So these were today's current affairs. If you have any doubt, if you have any feedback, please let me know in comment section. I will answer your doubts. I will take your feedback and implement it. And keep learning every day. Keep building yourself layer by layer every day. Don't give up. Have faith and do your best every day. Have faith in higher powers. Just believe that your hard work will be paid off, and do not get distracted anyway. Just keep building yourself layer by layer. Current affairs takes patience, understanding, and if you learn it with curious mind, little bit open to learning to new things, you will find yourself learning a lot faster than just rote learning or mugging. So I hope you do devote some time of your day in this preparation, and do not get deviated. Just stick to your schedule. Once again, if you have enjoyed this session, please consider subscribing to this channel. It will support me, and I will bring you more amazing content in every day. You will receive them in your timeline in a timely manner. And still, if you want to, and I suggest you, if you are using Twitter or X, please follow CA Interceptor, where I post multiple current affairs throughout the day. I post quizzes throughout the day. It can benefit you in a